Welcome to the Long COVID and CFS Holistic Healing Summit. I'm Lorrie Rivers. I'm your host and also the creator of this summit and of the Relief and Transformation online course and the online membership program. I'm so glad that you're here because I know that you're going to find things within these talks that are going to help you to move forward in your healing journey. You have 7 days of absolutely amazing speakers and information ahead of you. There's going to be some new information for you, some things you haven't heard before, and some of it you probably have heard before, maybe many, many times. But even within that, I really encourage you to listen to some of the foundational topics again, because the average human needs to hear something 7 times or encounter it 7 times or more before it actually sinks in. Now, because there is so much information, it would be overwhelming, even if you're not sick, even if you're not dealing with limited energy and pacing and possible crashes. So yeah, I totally get that. So what I did is I made you a downloadable summit guide PDF. And this is going to help you to get the most from the summit without that overwhelm. So make sure that you download that. In that PDF, you're going to find a list of all the speakers and the topics for each day, Monday through Sunday. And I suggest choosing one speaker that you really want to make sure that you watch from each day. Or if you're in phase 1 or maybe even 2 of recovery, and we'll talk about that too, about how you can find out what phase of healing you're in, then you might only choose to do one every other day. But anyway, you can just circle the speaker that you do want to watch, and then you can print out that PDF and circle it for each day, or just write it down in a notebook or a doc on your computer or your phone, or whatever works for you. So that way you're going to know, you're going to prioritize which of the speakers are most important to you, since you only have so much energy and time in a day. Now, of course, if you purchase lifetime access, you'll have as long as you want to watch your favorite speakers and to watch new speakers, to explore the topics. And you can also search within the PDF transcripts of each interview for maybe a key word, maybe something that you are interested in diving into more in those. Now, you're also going to run across a lot of speakers sharing a lot of different things that you can do and differing opinions, right? So sometimes what one speaker, one expert recommends or shares, another expert might say the opposite of that. And you know what? That's okay. Because even though there are these basic foundations that are going to move you along on your healing journey, those things like pacing, basic nutrition, like cutting out sugar, alcohol, processed foods, all that, things like calming down your nervous system and reducing stress. So those are your basics, right? Your foundations, really. And then apart from that, with all these other things that the speakers are talking about here, just know that there are lots of different paths to healing once you've gotten those basic foundations down. So what works for one person doesn't always work for another person. And sometimes it does work. Just to give you an example of what I'm talking about here, you're going to meet Dawn Wiley on Thursday. She's had ME/CFS for 30 years, and she has a wonderful approach. She wrote down a list of things to try. So anytime she ran across something that sounded interesting to her and not dangerous, she'd add it to her list. And she slowly worked her way down her list And this is also once she had those basic foundational things in place. And she eventually came to vagus nerve stimulation and started doing that. And if you know her story, you know that it has absolutely changed her life and taken her from being mostly bedbound to walking on her own again, to actually horseback riding with rests, but still horseback riding, swimming, and these other things that she hasn't been able to do in over 30 years. So in this case, vagus nerve stimulation might be something that works for you, or it might not. Another example, I talk with Peter Clayton in the summit about the Arc for Health microcurrent device that has stimulated the body to heal for several people with long COVID and ME/CFS. Again, though, it doesn't work for everyone. So coming back to your awesome summit guide, when you run across something that resonates with you or that you're interested in trying, jot it down in your summit guide on the page that's labeled things to try. And in that way, you can come back to that list and slowly try these different things. You're also going to find pages to write notes for each day. And additionally, a special surprise sneak peek. Well, maybe not a surprise since I'm telling you about it, but a sneak peek at some live workshops that I'm going to be offering the week after the summit that you can sign up for. I hope that this is really helpful for you to get the most out of the summit in an easy way, right? An easy, calming way. Overall, just please remember that this is not a sprint. As we know, steady and slow wins the race with these illnesses. So just know that you don't have to understand or watch every single video. Just let the information wash over you. If you need to close your eyes, do that. Or if you do better with the transcripts and you get the lifetime access, then use the transcripts. Do make sure to let us know what you enjoyed about each talk, about each interview, your thoughts and comments in the comments section of each video that you watch, or also in the Facebook group. And I'm going to be sending more information about how you can join the Facebook group to chat with others. Or if you're not a Facebook person, you can just do it in the comments in the actual summit area, which is great. So I'm really looking forward to this for you, and let me know how it goes.